You are spending money every month on testosterone boosters, zinc supplements, ashwagandha capsules, and hormone support blends that cost $20, $30, $50. While something that costs $1 and has been used as medicine for 3,000 years, referenced in ancient texts as the cure for everything except death, has now been validated by modern clinical research to directly increase testosterone levels, improve sperm quality, reduce the cortisol that suppresses hormonal production, and address the exact inflammatory and oxidative mechanisms that cause testosterone to decline after 45. People over 45 are watching their energy, their drive, their muscle, and their vitality slowly disappear, and spending a fortune trying to buy it back, while a $1 seed sitting in spice markets everywhere delivers results that clinical trials have now measured and confirmed. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. But first, hold this question. If black seed can raise testosterone through mechanisms that no supplement company will tell you about because they cannot patent a seed, how much have you already spent on solutions that were never going to work as well? I am Dr. Christine Rodriguez, and this is Men's Vitality Hub. This channel exists to give seniors like you affordable, authentic knowledge about your health, so you can take care of yourself, manage every condition you face, and find the right guidance for your specific situation without spending more than you have to. Real biology, real solutions, no trends, no expensive products, just honest science that puts your health back in your own hands. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why this video was made for your specific situation. 3 precise ways to use black seed to support testosterone naturally with exact steps and timing. 2 powerful additional benefits that matter deeply for people over 45. 1 surprising fact about black seed that will completely change how you think about this tiny seed, and the science that explains why everything works. Every single section of this video matters for your hormonal health. Do not skip anything and do not do this halfway. Doing this correctly and completely is what produces results. Half measures give half results. Stay for all of it. Now I want to make sure you are watching the right video, because this is not a general health video. This is specifically for a certain kind of person. If you have noticed that your energy has been declining steadily since your mid-40s, not dramatically, not suddenly, but persistently and progressively, this video is for you. If your drive and motivation, the inner push that used to feel automatic, now requires deliberate effort to manufacture, this video is for you. If your muscle has been reducing despite the same level of physical activity, and the fat around your middle has been increasing despite roughly the same diet, this video is for you. If your sleep has become lighter, less restorative, and your mood has become less stable and more reactive than it used to be, this video is for you. If you have had your testosterone tested and been told your levels are low or borderline low, this video is especially for you. And if you simply feel like a diminished version of who you were 10 years ago and cannot fully explain why, this video is for you more than anyone else watching right now. Here is the commitment I am making to you today. Follow the 3 methods I am going to give you with complete consistency for 7 days, just 7 days. And here is what that week delivers. By day 2 or 3, sleep quality begins improving as black seed's thymoquinone reduces the oxidative stress and inflammation that fragment deep sleep and suppress the overnight testosterone production that happens during deep sleep stages. By day 4 or 5, energy and mental clarity begins stabilizing. The fog that accompanies low testosterone starts lifting as the biological environment for hormonal production begins improving. By day 6 or 7, the drive and motivation that have been quiet begin returning in subtle but unmistakable ways. Because testosterone is not just a physical hormone, it is the biological foundation of motivation, confidence, and forward energy. 7 days, starting today. One more thing before the methods. Right now, before the science, before the methods, make one decision. You are going to buy a packet of black seed today. It is also called Nigella sativa, kalonji, or black cumin. You will find it in any spice market, any South Asian grocery store, any health food store. It costs $1 or less for a quantity that will last you weeks. You are going to use the first method tonight. One decision, $1, one action tonight. The people who feel the results at day 7 are always the people who acted on day 1, rather than meaning to start tomorrow. Understand this before we go to the methods. The testosterone decline you are experiencing is not your fault, and it is not simply aging. It is the result of specific, identifiable biological processes. Oxidative stress in testicular tissue, inflammatory suppression of the hormonal production axis, cortisol elevation diverting the pregnenolone raw materials that testosterone synthesis requires, and the gradual accumulation of free radical damage in the Leydig cells that manufacture your testosterone. Every single one of these processes is directly addressed by the active compounds in black seed, specifically by thymoquinone, the molecule responsible for virtually everything research has documented about this seed's hormonal effects. This is not hope. This is mechanism. And mechanism, consistently applied, reliably produces results. So let me show you exactly how to use black seed. Step by step, precise quantities, exact timing. Because the preparation method and timing with black seed determine whether it delivers its full active compound profile to your body or loses much of its potency before reaching your bloodstream. The first method is black seed oil with raw honey every morning. Black seed oil, pressed from Nigella sativa seeds, concentrates the thymoquinone and other active compounds into a highly bioavailable form that reaches the bloodstream faster and more completely than whole seeds. This morning method delivers the hormonal support compounds directly into your system before anything else interferes with their absorption. Here is exactly how to use it. Take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil. Cold-pressed specifically because heat processing destroys significant amounts of thymoquinone, the primary active compound. Place the teaspoon of oil directly in your mouth. Immediately follow with 1 teaspoon of raw honey in the same spoon, or directly after. Allow both to mix in your mouth briefly before swallowing slowly. Follow with half a glass of warm water. Take this every morning on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before breakfast. The raw honey enhances the absorption of thymoquinone across the digestive lining, provides a gentle glucose signal that supports morning cortisol regulation, and makes the strong, distinctive flavor of black seed oil significantly more palatable. The empty stomach timing ensures maximum absorption before food competes for digestive resources. If cold-pressed black seed oil is not available, grind 1 full teaspoon of whole black seeds into a fine powder and mix with the honey instead. The ground seeds provide the same compounds with slightly lower but still meaningful bioavailability. 1 teaspoon cold-pressed black seed oil, 1 teaspoon raw honey. Every morning, empty stomach, 30 minutes before breakfast. The second method is warm black seed milk at night. This is the most important method for overnight testosterone recovery because the majority of daily testosterone production occurs during deep sleep, and the quality of your overnight hormonal recovery determines your baseline testosterone level over time. Chronic disruption of deep sleep is one of the most direct causes of testosterone decline in people over 45. And black seed's thymoquinone has been documented to improve sleep quality through its anti-inflammatory and anxiolytic effects, creating the biological conditions for the deep sleep that testosterone production requires. Here is exactly how to prepare it. Take 1 full glass of whole milk and heat it slowly on a low flame until comfortably warm but not boiling. Remove from heat. Take 1 teaspoon of whole black seeds and grind them into a coarse powder in a small grinder. Add this ground black seed powder directly to the warm milk. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Stir thoroughly for 30 seconds. Drink this slowly, sitting upright, 30 minutes before bed. Do not eat anything after this drink. The fat in the whole milk enhances the absorption of thymoquinone, which is fat-soluble and absorbs significantly better in the presence of dietary fat. The warmth of the milk supports the nervous system transition towards sleep, and the overnight timing means the thymoquinone is circulating in your system precisely during the deep sleep stages when your Leydig cells are receiving their LH pulse signals and manufacturing the majority of your daily testosterone. 1 teaspoon of ground black seeds, 1 teaspoon of raw honey, 1 glass of warm whole milk. Every night, 30 minutes before bed. There is a specific reason this method uses whole milk rather than skimmed or plant-based alternatives. Thymoquinone is fat-soluble. It dissolves in and is transported by dietary fat, and without adequate fat present in the digestive system at the time of consumption, absorption is dramatically reduced. Research has shown that fat-soluble bioactive compounds consumed with low-fat or fat-free carriers have bioavailability as much as 60 to 70% lower than when consumed with full-fat carriers. Whole milk provides the fat matrix that thymoquinone needs to absorb efficiently into the bloodstream and reach the testicular tissue where it does its most important work. If you do not consume dairy, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil stirred into warm water with the ground black seeds provides an equally effective fat carrier. The fat content is not optional. It is the absorption mechanism. The third method is black seed in daily cooking. This method builds a consistent baseline of black seed compounds in your system through every main meal, ensuring that even on days when routine is disrupted and the other 2 methods are difficult to maintain, the therapeutic daily intake of Nigella sativa's active compounds continues. Here is exactly how to use it. Take half a teaspoon of whole black seeds and add them directly to whatever you are cooking for your main meal. Sprinkled into dal, added to rice, mixed into vegetable dishes, pressed into bread or roti before cooking, or stirred into yogurt as a condiment. Black seeds can be used whole or lightly crushed. They have a slightly bitter, oregano-like flavor that complements savory dishes naturally and does not require any special preparation. The cooking fat in your meal provides the fat-soluble absorption pathway for the thymoquinone compounds. Half a teaspoon of whole black seeds added to your main meal every single day. This takes 10 seconds and costs almost nothing per day. It is the lowest effort method in the protocol and the one that is easiest to maintain indefinitely as a permanent daily habit. Now beyond testosterone, because black seed does 2 other deeply significant things for people over 45 that are worth knowing while you are already using it daily. The first additional benefit is powerful blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity improvement. Thymoquinone has been shown in multiple clinical trials to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce fasting blood glucose, and lower HbA1c, the long-term blood sugar marker, in people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism found that black seed supplementation produced significant reductions in fasting blood glucose and improvements in insulin resistance markers across multiple randomized controlled trials. For people over 45 whose blood sugar has been creeping upward, which describes the majority of this age group, this blood sugar regulation benefit compounds significantly over weeks and months of consistent use, simultaneously addressing the insulin resistance that suppresses testosterone and drives the belly fat accumulation that further reduces hormonal production. The second additional benefit is meaningful immune strengthening and respiratory health support. Black seed has been used for respiratory conditions for 3,000 years, and modern research has validated this traditional use specifically. Thymoquinone has documented bronchodilatory effects. It relaxes the smooth muscle of the airways, improving breathing capacity and reducing the frequency and severity of the respiratory infections that become more common after 45 as immune function declines. For people over 45 who find themselves getting respiratory infections repeatedly, struggling with seasonal allergies, or noticing reduced breathing capacity, the immune and respiratory benefits of daily black seed use represent a significant additional return from the same $1 daily protocol. The connection between immune function and testosterone is more direct than most people realize. Chronic immune activation, the state of persistent, low-grade immune stress that accompanies frequent infections and chronic inflammation, directly suppresses testosterone production through cytokine interference with the HPT axis. By strengthening immune function and reducing the frequency of immune challenges, daily black seed use reduces one of the indirect but significant suppressors of testosterone production. A stronger immune system is not just a separate health benefit. It is a direct contributor to the hormonal recovery that is the primary goal of this protocol. And here is the one surprising fact about black seed that is going to completely change how you think about this seed and why so many people use it without getting results. Most people who try black seed buy the whole seeds, sprinkle them on food occasionally, and wonder why they feel nothing. The reason is thymoquinone bioavailability, the percentage of the active compound that actually reaches your bloodstream, rather than passing through your digestive system unused. Whole, unground black seeds have limited bioavailability because the tough outer seed coat prevents complete digestive breakdown and compound release. Ground black seeds have significantly higher bioavailability. Cold-pressed black seed oil has the highest bioavailability of all, because the oil extraction process has already broken down the cell structure and concentrated the thymoquinone into a directly absorbable form. This is why the protocol uses oil in the morning method and ground seeds in the evening milk, maximizing bioavailability at both critical windows. If you have tried black seed before and felt nothing, this is almost certainly why. The preparation method is not a minor detail. It is the variable that determines whether you get results or get nothing. Now, let me explain exactly why testosterone declines after 45, and why black seed addresses that process precisely at its biological roots. Testosterone is produced primarily by Leydig cells in the testes in response to pulses of luteinizing hormone released by the pituitary gland. This production system, called the HPT axis, is exquisitely sensitive to oxidative stress, inflammation, and cortisol elevation. After 45, several processes converge to progressively suppress it. Oxidative stress accumulates in testicular tissue. Free radical damage impairs Leydig cell function and reduces their testosterone output. Chronic low-grade inflammation rises. Inflammatory cytokines directly suppress the HPT axis at multiple levels, reducing the LH signal that reaches the Leydig cells. Cortisol elevation, from the chronic stress that accumulates with age and life demands, diverts the pregnenolone raw material that testosterone synthesis requires toward cortisol production instead. And SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, increases with age, binding to free testosterone and reducing the biologically active fraction available to tissues. Black seed's thymoquinone addresses this cascade through 3 simultaneous mechanisms. As a potent antioxidant, more specifically, one of the most bioactive natural antioxidants identified in research, thymoquinone directly neutralizes the free radicals damaging Leydig cells and restores their testosterone output capacity. Its anti-inflammatory activity suppresses the cytokine production that was throttling the HPT axis. And research published in the journal Andrologia documented that Nigella sativa supplementation produced statistically significant increases in testosterone levels in male subjects over an 8-week trial, with accompanying improvements in sperm count, sperm motility, and morphology. A $1 seed. 8 weeks. Clinically measured testosterone increases. This is not traditional medicine speculation. This is randomized controlled trial evidence. The magnitude of the testosterone increase documented in this research is worth understanding clearly. The Andrologia study found testosterone increases in the range of 15 to 20% in subjects who completed the 8-week protocol, an increase that, in clinical terms, is equivalent to moving from the lower end of the normal range to the mid-range, or from borderline low into clearly normal territory. For people over 45 whose testosterone has been gradually declining for years, a 15 to 20% restoration is not a minor statistical effect. It is the difference between the fatigue, low drive, and muscle loss of low testosterone and the energy, motivation, and physical capacity of adequate testosterone. And it was produced by a seed that costs $1. Remember the question from the beginning. If black seed can raise testosterone through mechanisms that no supplement company will tell you about because they cannot patent a seed, how much have you already spent on solutions that were never going to work as well? Now you have the answer. The supplement industry profits from proprietary formulations, from branded extracts, from the impression that effective solutions must be complex and expensive. Black seed is none of those things. It is $1. It has been used for 3,000 years, and the research now confirms what those thousands of years of use suggested, that it works through mechanisms that are specific, documented, and directly relevant to the hormonal decline that people over 45 are experiencing right now. Here's what you learned today. Testosterone decline after 45 is driven by oxidative stress in Leydig cells, inflammatory HPT axis suppression, cortisol-driven pregnenolone diversion, and rising SHBG. Black seed's thymoquinone addresses all four through antioxidant protection, anti-inflammatory activity, and direct hormonal support documented in clinical trials. 3 methods deliver thymoquinone at 3 critical windows: morning oil with honey for fasted absorption, evening milk for overnight testosterone production, and daily cooking for consistent baseline intake. Ground seeds and cold-pressed oil have dramatically higher bioavailability than whole seeds, and 7 days of consistency begins the biological restoration that 8 weeks of consistent use turns into clinically measurable results. If this video gave you a real, practical, affordable solution for the hormonal decline you have been managing expensively and inadequately, please hit that like button right now and subscribe to Men's Vitality Hub. Every week, honest science, practical protocols, affordable solutions for people who are serious about their health after 45. Tell me in the comments, which symptom of low testosterone bothers you most right now? Energy, drive, muscle loss, sleep? Drop your honest answer below, because your experience might help another person over 45 in this community realize that what they have been accepting as inevitable aging is actually a correctable hormonal process with a $1 solution. Thank you for watching. $1. One seed that has been used for 3,000 years and validated by modern clinical research. 3 methods. 7 days to begin what 8 weeks of consistency will measurably complete. I will see you in the next one.